Handoff to Berry. 35. Breaks through 30. Berry outside of the 20. Cuts inside of the 15. Outside of the 10. Berry this is the third 5. And touchdown!
Barry Sanders turned around a defensive back about 3 times.
This will be a total yardage report through Week 5. The Texas Gunslingers have thrown 202 times for 1,236 yards, 12 TDs, and 8 interceptions. The Emerald Isle Roadrunners have thrown 173 times for 1,230 yards, 7 TDs, and 7 interceptions. The Florence Freedom has thrown 194 times for 1,140 yards, 10 TDs, and 10 interceptions. And the Sheboygan Mashers have thrown 166 times for 1,129 yards, 7 TD, and 5 interceptions. The top 4 rushing teams, the Dracut Middies, have rushed 148 times for 858 yards, that's 5.8 yards per carry with 5 TDs. The Pembroke Pines Eagles have rushed 140 times for 842 yards, a 6-yard average with 4 TDs. The Greenwich Spartans have rushed 156 times for 742 yards, a 4.8-yard average with 7 TDs. And the Jersey Jedis have rushed 127 times for 677 yards, a 5.3 average with 2 TDs. Now on to defense. The Greenwich Spartans have allowed 139 pass attempts for 682 yards, by far the best, and only 3 TDs and 2 interceptions. Sorry, make it 3 interceptions, sorry. The Eau Claire Rockers defense has allowed 162 pass attempts for 802 yards, 5 TDs, and 6 interceptions. The Texas Gunslingers have allowed 183 pass attempts, given up 877 yards, with 4 TDs and 6 interceptions. The Sheboygan Mashers have allowed 192 pass attempts, giving up 891 yards with 6 TDs and 6 interceptions. Rushing defense. The Texas Gunslingers. Teams have rushed 93 times against Texas for 458 yards, a 4.9-yard average, and have scored 4 TDs. The Dracut Middies. Teams have rushed 118 times against them. They've given up 483 yards, a 4.1-yard average, and only 2 TDs. The Eau Claire Rockers. Teams have rushed 104 times against them for 483 yards, a 4.6-yard average, and they've given up 2 TDs. The Toronto Titans. Teams have rushed 119 times. They've given up 487 yards, a 4.1-yard average, and 7 TDs. The Sarasota Strat-Cats have the most interceptions, 11, and the Memphis Mafia have the most sacks, 17. That's it for Week 5. I'll do this again later, maybe Week 10 and Week 14, and just see where we're at. The top 4 in each category.
I mean, that's by keeping your feet going and making Sanders move.
I was sitting like Sanders myself. He made them like straight up fools.